Hello, my name is Thomas Washington. I am standing outside the Islamic Center of Columbia, located at 1929 Gervais Street in downtown Columbia. I attended the afternoon service here on Friday, where we had the prayer service, and it was approximately like 100 to 120 men assembled at 1:30 in the afternoon, which was different. I was greeted by an armed security officer at the entrance. He had a bulletproof vest and looked very professional. He asked me where I was going, and I told him I was here to do an observant as a student, and he directed me to where I was going to be going. When you first enter into the building, there's a place where you can place your shoes up on a shoe rack. The shoe rack it's got a lot of places for shoes, but it really did fill up. There's carpet all over. All right, from the moment you step inside the foyer room. Upon entering that room, the foyer I'll call it, there is a table that had a beautiful picture of something written in Arabic, and I asked what it was, but no one really responded to what it said. But on that table there are books which you can purchase, and on the right side as you go in the door is the place where the imam in his office is. As you enter the prayer room, there are books for discipleship reading up front near where the mihrab is at, and those are basically not for purchase, they're just for the reading. Very beautiful covered books. As you enter the prayer room, there's the custom, of course, is to greet everyone who is there with the term Assalamu alaikum, and then they in turn respond Salam, Malaikum Salam. That's what it is, Malaikum Salam. Everyone there was dressed, the majority of people were dressed in their robes. There are those who you could tell just came back from work or going to work, and they were still there, and they gave themselves to the Salat prayer. Upon that, what we found out was that there was a violation going on, and after we had that first opening of the greeting, which was done in Arabic, then the imam came in and stood up and started talking about the problems with doing the salat improperly. So when he addressed the people, he used an illustration of what he was seeing of some of the believers who were coming in and rushing through the salat. So when he opened the service, he said, "This is the last message which Muhammad preached about before his death." And his message was totally on how to give the salat properly. He said it was important because that was his last message that he addressed. When it is done incorrectly, it hinders you from getting into paradise. And if you don't do the salat right, you have trouble at the gate. If you do it right, good things happen. So after you've done the salat, you've done it right, you'll find out that it puts a connection because your heart, your mind, your spirit is locked into what you're doing. He made mention of all the problems we have in America right now. He said we should be really praying. We should really be seeking to get out of ourselves and into the salat prayer. Even though it is ritualistic, it must be done with honor. The success of the salat, of those believers who do it properly, gives you a great experience, is what he was saying. He said Allah will hear you if your salat is right. The salat was the main point, and he said when you do it slowly, and don't do it haphazardly. Give full reverence in what you're doing so that it will be honored before God, Allah. As the service continued, I met different individuals And because this is a military town, I had the mindset to wear my military hat to have some common ground to break on because I knew military people would be there. And I was right. The gentleman that I sat right next to, he was Army. We started having a conversation a little bit about military service, and that's always good. I know the customs of this specific area, and it is military oriented, and me being a Marine, they have a good respect for us. And I have respect, of course, for every branch of the service. So we had a little conversation on that side there. After that, he introduced me to the Imad. When he introduced me to the Imad, he took his time. He had a lot of people to see, but we just waited, and he was very gracious, and he had a very nice voice. He really did for his presentation. When he did his presentation, it was direct, but it wasn't. It was hard, but it wasn't harsh. So he got the message across, and he did it lovingly, and he wanted everyone to improve on their behavior when it comes to giving the salat. After the service, we met all the brethren, I'm going to call them brethren, and shook hands. And of course, it's always assalamu alaikum, alaikum salam. And the Imam himself, he said, please take your time, look around. If you have any questions, talk to me, and we'll make sure we get everything done so that you can have understanding of what you're doing. So after the end of looking around, and I went outside, they have a fellowship. So they have foods that you can buy, and there's a good fellowship there. And the food is good, of course. When we concluded this specific presentation and his presentation, and I'm thinking, and I'm very happy that I took this course on the world religion studies, because the book, Neighboring Faiths, is so on target. And it really lined up, and I wasn't really shocked of what I received. And I'm going to tell you, the people treated me very kindly and very respectfully. Thank you. Have a good day.